I'm in pain, so let's do some comedy. How you doing? How are you doing? No Indians say how, by the way. But Geronimo and I would like to give Jessica Chastain her makeup back. Who else uses makeup, Geronimo? Who else? Elizabeth Olsen, Scarlett Johansson. I guess Jessica Chastain thinks she's a Comanche Indian and Savant on Apple TV. This is Apple TV. That's where you can see some racist stuff. But anyhow, oh, wow. You know, racist give me diarrhea. They give me diarrhea. And you know, the art of giving Native Americans diarrhea started with pilgrims. Pilgrims came to our country and had some trouble harvesting food. One little, sweet little, 2 little, 3 little, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little, 7, one tribe of Indians or more thought they would help them. But what did the pilgrims give us? Diarrhea. And you know what? That's still happening to this day. You know, Burger King gave me diarrhea. Taylor Swift gave me diarrhea. I begged Bill Gates to help stop Taylor Swift from giving me diarrhea, but he said he was too busy with malaria and the AIDS epidemic. I don't know. But you know, we were generous at first, right? But you know, unfortunately, they needed our medicines, right? Do you know of any Native Americans that have gotten, you know, any product designs for any of their medications? Any patents for their medications that they gave to white people? Go look them up. You won't find them. But we're still using them, but you won't find the patents on them. That's for sure. You know, we gave you our medications and you gave us alcohol. Alcohol. But, you know, regardless if we don't drink or do, you like to raciously associate us with alcohol. I'm a little upset this evening. Maybe I'm in a little bit of pain. Sorry, maybe it's the makeup that's getting me upset that women are using. It's one thing when you just don't know what shade you are is, and there's another reason when you just do it to make money off of other races on TV shows. And that's, I mean, what are we gonna call this now? Orange face? We know blackface is wrong. How is it any different for all these white women to do orange face? I guess it's pumpkin season. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it seems really wrong to me. Sorry, I'm angry. You know, angry. When things are unfair. So there are 2 people that specifically bring anger for Native Americans. Custer, George Custer, and Andrew Jackson. Very uncomfortable. Both were very well-groomed men. Perfect curls, very flamboyantly well-groomed rich men. Custard had the perfect hair and mustache. He was prideful and arrogant. Andrew Jackson also was well-groomed, had the most perfect hair, also arrogant and rich. Keep listening. And when you hear people that name their child Andrew, you really want to give them the benefit of the doubt that it's from the Bible. Because for me, it kind of feels like someone named their child Adolf, Osama bin Laden. You know, just not something you feels real good when you hear the word Andrew. I mean, who else did genocide in the world? Adolf Hitler? So anyhow, Andrew Jackson, George Custer, very beautiful men, well-groomed and arrogant, always winning, always thought they had it right, prideful, prancing, just prideful and prancing. Hear me out. Prideful, prancing men that thought they knew everything and would have their way. So arrogant. You know, in Native American cultures, scientific, you know, what comes up must comes down. Eventually it'll come back around. Some of us are still waiting to get things back while white people paint their faces orange and be on TV programs. But, you know, we have that theory that eventually people will get their comeuppance. There's other words for in our culture. We don't seek that out. We're peaceful people, but we do know that people will get their comeuppance. I don't know how to know that irritation, give you that irritation or feeling of Custer and Andrew Jackson. Very well groomed, perfect curls, both of them. Perfect curls, you know, perfect outfits, arrogance. For you, just go back to high school when you're the dork and everything you do is wrong. You're always picked last. You know, everything is against you. And then you see the cheerleaders, perfectly groomed, hair perfectly curled. Everything they do is perfect. No one sees that they're bullies and doing anything wrong. That is Custard and Andrew Jackson. They are not seen as monsters. They are currently at that moment seen as heroes. You know, perfect curls, just prancing into battle, like the cheerleaders at your high school. After they steal from you, mock you, and hurt you. Yeah, that's what they did to me. I was disabled and Native American. Nothing has changed for me. Still disabled, more disabled, and they still do that to me. I don't know why. So, anyhow, Native Americans knew eventually Custard will go too far. Custard went too far one day. He got his little ass in a corner. Got his little ass in a corner with his brother and did not want to be scalped. So he did that thing that we don't do as Native Americans, and so what comes up must come down, you know. And you know, in high school, there's that one football game, and it may only happen once, but you know, you're sitting there watching the perfect cheerleaders start to throw the cheerleader up in the air for a throw, and then magically there's a touchdown, and all the heads of the cheerleaders turn and forget that they have thrown a cheerleader in the air. What comes up must come down. Splat. And you don't want to take any joy. I would never take any joy in anyone else getting hurt. But as an Indian, we would say, what comes up must come down. What goes around comes around. The little Custards. Then, how do you think Andrew Jackson died? The baby Adolf. How did he die? How did he die after he moved all and killed all those Indians? How do you think he died? Congestive heart failure? Do you know Indians had a drug for that back then? Too bad. He didn't like Native Americans. Diuretics, we had them. What comes up must come down. What goes around comes around. So please, if you want to show me, why you think you could be Native American. If you want to show me your nose or whatever, you go ahead. Whatever makes you feel good about yourself. I may show you that I've had a lot of diarrhea lately. I may show you my thinning hairline and my double chin. But what I have to say is what comes up must come down. What goes around comes around. It is the circle of life. All is in balance. So check yourself. And one day, here I am, 90 years later, still sitting around trying to get my shit back that was stolen from me. Still trying. Luckily, there may be 3% left of my liver from alcohol, 3% left of my colon, but I'll still be waiting, because Indians don't give up. How you doing? There may be a beautiful Lakota, Navajo, Comanche, Apache name for me, but I'm sure you'll just call me New Hampshire. Don't name your child Andrew.